Okay.
Look,
Yeah, easy.
3 more hours.
Welcome, guys. Welcome back. Welcome to episode 3.
I put my
Today's
game
episode
away.
is
Today's episode
it's
is
about
taking
coziness,
a different
being calm,
approach to
being easy, just a relaxed life. So today we're gonna
Who do you think you are?
do some ASMR
You literally pouring so close to
to the microphone.
the.
Yes.
So I couldn't do ASMR.
Like,
The
You're
microphones
gonna pour it on top.
would
It's crazy.
break very quickly.
All right. So today's episode is coziness. We are going to be relaxed. As you can see, Mel has a blanket. I have a nice comfy sweater on.
I know you're gonna think this is a healing episode. It's not.
It's not
It's just another episode.
just
We
another.
want to be really cozy today.
I think the rest of our podcast is going to be cozy.
Oh, you're liking this vibe?
Yeah, well, we do this late at night after Phoenix goes to sleep.
It's true, but then it might put us to sleep and get tired.
Or we just have this feel like pillow talky type conversations where we really commune with one another and just forget about everything else that's going on. And you guys get the real view of look at you, sleepy.
Yo.
These are your late night vibes.
Yeah.
Listen to us
I
as
get
we go to
tired.
sleep.
I get tired, Sheldon.
Hey, you should.
Yeah, this is based on my body's rhythm.
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
tired. Yeah.
That's okay, but we're
Tired hours.
standing on business.
Standing on business.
Hi.
Okay, welcome back to Talks and Tings.
Talks
Don't
and
forget
Tings
to
with
look
Mel
at the
Shel.
camera, Sheldon, as opposed to looking at the recording.
Exactly.
I am guilty of
Practice.
it too.
It's okay. Don't mind where our eyes are. Just look.
Just know we're here.
We're here
We're
for
with
you.
you.
We are here always.
But yeah,
Talks and Tings, Mel and Shel. Like, comment, subscribe. We're consistent.
and share. Actually, share with people.
Yeah. If you enjoy it, I don't know.
Yeah.
If you don't, then if you don't see any value in it,
then don't.
then don't do
share.
anything. Just maybe like and comment
Yeah.
what we could do better. Cause
Yeah, we want to grow too.
yeah,
Because I mean, we have big plans for our life.
huge
so
plans. Huge
this
plans.
might even just be practice.
If you guys want to follow along, make sure you subscribe
Yeah,
so you can see all of our
subscribe.
huge plans.
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
I'm gonna throw that in there.
Subscribe.
That's so good. I'm
Yes.
so creative.
Okay.
All right, so today's episode we have a lot to chat about,
Yeah.
and we're adding a new segment, or we're gonna test out a new
We're
segment.
gonna try and see if you like
and
it.
see what
If
you
you
guys
don't like
think.
it, then too bad.
But you know what I do think we should start with
What?
a quick reflection, because we told the people we
Mm.
would be doing these affirmations
Right.
daily. So
And
how has that worked out, Sheldon?
We did it like 2 days.
Yep.
2 solid days of
Mhm.
affirmations, and then we got busy and
Forgot
about
all
it.
of it
Which is interesting because we do say goodbye to each other every morning.
every morning.
You know, we put that into practice to give a nice,
It's
goodbye, kiss,
love,
goodbye.
like I love you.
Yeah, every single morning. So it's really just adding that little, just
Yeah.
a little bit.
Which is why I think it is worthwhile to write it down.
Mm.
Because when you write something down, it embeds it in your memory as
Mm.
something that needs to be done.
Do you want to text it to each other?
No, I mean like physically writing.
it down.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
physical writing is an underestimated practice.
Yeah, because we're
Yeah.
in such a technological world, and
Yes.
the written word isn't something that we kind of focus on anymore.
Mm-mm.
Everything.
And the other thing too is like, if we type it up,
Mm.
that could work. But I honestly feel like writing it out really works a lot more.
Okay.
Or intentionally writing it together, if anything, typing it together.
I don't want to type it together, but writing it we can figure out. Yeah, how are we typing it together?
When I said not like you personally
like
choose,
okay,
you put
I
C, yeah.
choose
H.
you.
No.
I don't know.
No, but like typing it together, like we're sitting together and we're gonna type this out and then we read it back to each other.
Okay.
That sort of thing, like an
Right.
intentional process versus writing is always intentional because you have to put in the effort.
I know
Look
it's
at my
so
brain
much
goes.
work.
This is good ASMR.
It's not.
Okay,
I
let's
can hear in
take
the
it up
videos.
there. I know. What lady is this?
It's the bead lady.
Literally.
What was I gonna say? When I wrote my vows,
Yes.
right? That was the first time in a long time that I've written a very long piece of like actually like handwritten something
Did
very
it
long.
cramp? Did your head cramp?
I feel like it took so long.
Yo, it really
Cause like honestly, I
does.
typed it out first, right? I
Okay.
typed it on my phone first. Flew no, well, besides writing it was
Yeah,
no
yeah.
problem. But like getting it on there, no problem. But then when I decided, okay, I don't want to stand on the stage and hold up my phone. I would prefer, have maybe having some papers.
But here I am.
It's okay. We all do things differently.
I think we should get married again.
No. So yeah, I didn't want to have it on my phone, so I want to
Yeah.
write it out. Rewriting it took so long.
Yeah, I believe you.
That's why when you saw the 2 pages, I didn't realize it was gonna be 2 pages until after I rewrote
You
everything.
can't grasp how long you're actually writing.
Yes, and it's been so
Yeah, I
long since I
know.
wrote it. Like it took a lot. Well,
Yep.
so
We
but
could take the bigger cup, to be honest.
why?
Because, I drink less tea for some reason.
That's true. You're not a real Jamaican.
So what was that?
That's what I said.
Go home.
That's what I need to go back.
Go back
I
and
need to go back
practice.
home.
Okay.
It's been many, many years since I've been back. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
You know what's crazy?
What?
Jamaicans will still put a flag in the comments.
Will
Big
it?
up Jamaica.
Hey, we come far and
Listen,
wide.
it doesn't matter
Right?
what you do.
Okay.
Doesn't matter what you do.
Why should it? As long as you're representing. Okay?
Yeah. In the right way, I
We're
would
here.
say.
Absolutely.
Because, yeah, you know what
Yes.
it is.
Yes.
But anyways, okay, let's stay on track today. We're gonna
No.
So we're gonna our next attempt will be to write it out.
Right.
And what do we want to decide? We're gonna write it out by hand?
Yeah.
Let's start with that.
I have a book here.
You see, and you
It's
have
my
a book.
vows book here.
He has his vows book, guys.
Always have it
It's
handy.
beautiful.
Never wrote.
I love
anything
that
else.
for you.
I only wrote my vows and that was it.
I love that for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to frame it. Anyways.
But I have my notebook, so
Okay.
yeah, I'm
So
here
we'll,
for that.
we'll write it out.
And
Hopefully in the next week we maintain
Okay.
consistency in
I
saying
think
these
we can.
affirmations.
I believe in us.
And then because it's important, intentional, and it will keep
Yeah.
our love flowing forever and ever
And ever.
and ever
And ever.
and ever.
All right. So the
Uh-huh.
first thing we want to get into is, our relationship talks, our talks of things.
Talks and things, but we're talking about things that matter
Things
to
that
us
matter.
and are very important for you.
Yeah.
So
So
we
I
got?
decided to come up with something I wanted to ask.
let me know.
Would you relocate your family to another part of the world? So are you willing to relocate for better opportunities?
Okay. So say for example,
And I
things
know we've
are-
talked about this, but you
yeah.
guys haven't heard these
Yeah,
conversations.
so it's the first time.
Yeah. Yes.
So things aren't well right here. Things are working we live in Canada, in Toronto, and
Yeah.
everything is expensive and housing is crazy and
Insane.
insurance rates are not insurance well insurance rates are crazy, but also
Yeah.
interest rates are causing the cost of houses to be-
Everything is expensive.
everything's very expensive, and it feels like sometimes you're just living in a box to tell other people you live in a box. That's about it.
And I should premise this with, if you live in the States, the thing about Canadians, they do not relocate easily.
No.
A relocation for a Canadian is
seem
a
so
different part of the
opportune.
city.
It doesn't seem
That's
so
relocation.
opportune. Yeah, it doesn't sometimes when I just think about living anywhere else, it's like
No, there's a real, and I feel that same way too, because I really want to relocate. We've talked about wanting to go different places. We love the vibes of different areas, and there's more and more groups that I'm finding, and people have told me about relocating. I've had friends who've relocated. I meet people on a regular basis who've either come here or have gone somewhere else, and I'm just like, it seems like there's places for us to go that we could have a life that we want.
Yeah.
And yet still there's a part of me that's like,
you know what? It's like
it's a complacency.
It is, and it's like you tie yourself to certain things. Like you tie yourself to family being close. You tie yourself to the convenience of the life you know and you've grown up around and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know. I guess because it is a complacency, because it's as hard as things can be.
Yeah.
They're not that hard for us. Things haven't been to a point where we need to let's just go.
Yeah. It's not
for
that hard.
real
It's not that
opportunities or whatever. So it's they keep you just, if you're not like down,
If you're not in poverty, pretty
then
much.
you're like, all right, I'll just keep
Yeah.
trying until I get rich, and then I'll
There's
be able
like a
to live
real
this very
idea that you
expensive life.
can really make money here,
Yeah.
but you can't really make money. Like people
No.
don't really make money
You just make
unless you're
enough
already in those circles
to
that
get along.
make
Yeah,
money.
that's true.
And I feel like the people from the suburbs, at least a story that I've seen and witnessed pretty consistently. The heck?
I don't know. That's like your
Sure.
angel or
I
something.
know, like fair enough. Thanks, guys. I feel like the people who are making money, or like the ones you finally see, it's like one or two.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, and even then, you know where their struggles are.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah, it doesn't matter like how many, because
and then
for the work
also,
I do, I
the
see a lot
only
of like nice
concern is
houses.
money.
I see a lot of nice houses for the
Yeah.
work I do, and it doesn't matter like rich, like doesn't matter how nice of a house it is. Either they're very cheap, they're like to the point where it's like, oh, this is so expensive. Like they're scrimping and saving.
Yeah.
They're figuring out some finesse to make things work for themselves, or it's just like, nah, we bought this house or we did this renovation and that's all we have right now. No matter good jobs, but that's all we have right now.
That's all we have,
and that's all we can afford to do right
yeah.
now. And I'm like, oh,
Yo, imagine feeling like you have money, or you got to the point you wanted to,
yeah,
and you still don't feel like you're covering your expenses.
yeah,
That's crazy to me.
pretty much
And
just
that's what it
working.
feels like. And the story is repeated from here to there, all across the GTA.
Yeah.
I don't know enough rich people to speak for them. Like when I say rich, I mean like Avenue Road, like the downtowners.
Yeah.
You know, but it doesn't seem like people have money.
Well,
And I know, like, yes, there's a recession, but even before that, it didn't seem like people had that much money anyways. So, like, you do go into debt to travel because you really want to leave. Like, you really want to have.
thing. People live in debt.
Yeah.
Anyways.
That's true. Yeah, but relocating.
Yes, I was gonna say, back to the question.
Here we go in Toronto. Toronto's expensive. I hate it. Yeah.
You know what? I wanna get over that hump of comfort. So, and then like gain some kind of sense of adventure.
Yeah.
You know, especially now that we've started our own little family.
Agree.
It's like, okay, literally we have our little family here.
Yeah.
So if it's like, okay, let's move abroad or move somewhere because things are set up in a way where we can make money, not have to live as terribly, enjoy parts of life more, like spend more time together as a family versus just working. And you know, I think I would. Yeah. But I wanna gain that, like I said, gain that sense of adventure.
Yeah.
Right? And look forward to life and look forward to trying new things and be like very secure in our family unit where it's like, no, like we
do this together
and we're gonna go do this.
Yeah. No, it's true. And the weird thing is, in Toronto, you're still very independent.
Yeah.
Like, and well, maybe not so much us. Like, we really are supported in many ways by our family. Like, we're close enough to like see them on a regular basis. But there's a lot of people in the city still, and friends that I know, who are really within their boxes.
Yeah.
So technically relocating wouldn't be a big deal because they weren't connected to the community anyways. Yeah. But like, I feel like, yes, we have that connection to our people to a degree. Yeah. But at the same time, we have each other for a reason, and we relocate together. We go on the adventure together. We travel together. I think what's holding me back too is like, well, the limited finances to travel and visit to see how things are. Yeah. And then also just not knowing enough people who have gone to places that we're interested in. Yeah. I went on Facebook and there was a lady who spoke about being in Costa Rica, and she's like, we relocated. My family loves it here, Black people. Yeah. And she's like, everything has been great so far. Education has been amazing. Obviously, there's certain things that are not American because a lot of those like people relocating are Americans. Yeah. But she said this is the best decision they ever made. And I'm like, I honestly believe these are good decisions. The same way we said to your cousin, you got to take the risk.
Absolutely.
You have to take that risk.
But it's so crazy when we think about it, how our parents, did that, like took that risk or would follow in the footsteps of other people they've seen
Hmm.
taking that risk, leaving the country they were born and raised, and it's like, yo, we're gonna
And
go.
someone had to be the first.
Somebody had to be the one to be
So
like,
like technically we could be the first.
yeah,
I mean, is you about it?
well, we gonna figure that
Next week.
out.
See us, guys.
We
We're
outta here.
doing an international
You know, this is,
episode.
but this is one of the reasons why we're doing what we're doing right now, because we want to
Yeah,
be able to have the freedom
it's true.
to leave.
So
We're
true.
trying to create an avenue that allows us to feel comfortable leaving where we're at,
Yeah.
going into the unknown,
Oh
because we
my
can maintain and do this
gosh.
thing. So
Do you know how nice that would be?
yeah, like I said, I think on the first one, hey, subscribe, follow, and help us grow so
Help
we
us
can
grow
do
so we can
this
relocate
from
and start building a community in places you guys are interested in moving to.
exactly. Let
So
us be
that,
the guinea pigs, the ones who go first
yeah,
and
facts.
find out about it.
No, absolutely.
You
I'm so
know?
down. So down.
Yeah.
Yeah. And honestly, the way like things are changing, so many opportunities are opening up everywhere else.
Yeah.
And we don't know about them because we're just too close-minded to see other places as changing. We just think only we change.
Yeah.
Like what? But anyways, so yeah, relocation. Where
Yeah.
would you go?
I think
Where
we've
would
talked
we
about.
go?
I'm like you said, Costa Rica.
I like
We've
Costa
been to
Rica.
Costa Rica,
I know, and we loved
and
it.
it's nice. So
Yeah.
and everything they
Telling
kind
you,
of like
South
stand
Africa.
for, even like the government and whatnot.
Yeah, I really do
I
appreciate the
appreciate their
government.
mindsets around things.
Yeah.
To me, that's a government that kind of makes sense,
Yeah.
right? And it's hard to find that in a world where it's like, if you look all over, it's hard to find a government who's gonna be like,
Who's not so warmongering
yeah,
and
they're like,
I want
no,
to fight everybody.
education first,
Invested in
like,
their people.
yeah.
Like, oh,
So I
wait, that can
mean,
still happen?
yeah,
Yeah.
well, it should. That's where, but
No,
whatever.
it's true. Yeah,
They're
right? It's okay.
but yeah, that's one of the places.
I'm telling you, I think you'd really love South Africa.
We're
You
gonna,
just have to go there.
yeah, we're gonna have to
Yeah.
go.
And I think, I'm sure there's other places in Africa. Honestly, the way Vanessa has talked about Kenya,
Yeah, sounds good.
I'm like, yo, Kenya sounds
Yeah.
like a vibe.
Honestly, it's one of the places we gotta
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
and find out.
Absolutely.
Right?
And technically, like, we have someone there, not that we know personally, but like who can assist us in understanding the culture, the
Yeah.
environment, and
Yeah.
that sort of thing. So, yeah,
Okay.
anywhere we could go.
How about you? Besides South Africa and Africa, is there anywhere else in the world would you consider?
That I've heard of? I really, funny enough, I think because I've heard good things about Thailand, but I don't
Mhm.
know what the reality is there
Right.
for us.
Right.
Like
Right.
work wise and stuff. I don't think I don't know enough about other places to say, let me go check out this place. I'm not gonna lie, I appreciate I choose Africa first and maybe in Costa Rica even because it feels like there's enough black people for me to be able to make my children comfortable with themselves
Right.
because they see themselves represented around them.
Right.
And that has become more of a big focus for me.
That definitely makes
Representation because it does matter, not on a superficial level, but it matters because you want to feel part of where you're at.
Yeah,
Like you want to feel
it helps with understanding who you are at the same time.
So
Because you don't always like, as besides me looking at myself right now, I'm using my eyes to look out to this world. So me understanding the world, understanding people,
yeah,
knowing that my skin is black, it's like, okay, if I can see other people around me who look like me, it helps with my understanding of who I am reflected in other people I see around me.
Exactly. So
no, it makes sense.
But yeah. Anyway, moving along to
Alright,
the next
alright, well-
location. Pay for our trip, guys. We'd really appreciate that. The relocation fees. So let's move into crazy question.
What do you got? Everything today is going to be sponsored by Mel. She's full of all the questions today.
Yeah.
So what do we
I
got?
did my thing today. I did my big one.
Oh.
No, I didn't really do the big one. But okay, so the question that I'm gonna go with 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, go.
What is that about?
Because remember, I told you I had these 2 questions.
Oh, okay, you're trying to decide.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
sorry.
can't
I thought
figure
that
out
was
which one I
like
want
a-
to go with. I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the funnier of the 2.
Okay.
If aliens visited Earth,
All right.
and their first impression was based on a single human talent. What talent would you showcase to represent our species?
Our species?
Yep. Yep.
Um, you know, it's not as hard as you think.
The Dougie.
No, no, absolutely not. But in along those lines,
Sorry, that's
I
hilarious.
think music would be, and this is a very, it's because it
It's a
makes
solid
sense to
answer.
me. It is. See, I'm
Yeah.
saying it's not that hard.
Whatever, Sheldon.
But music would be the talent that I would show, because as we all know, everything is frequency, right?
It's valid.
Right.
It's
Even the way
valid.
we communicate is just different frequencies. The way you're
Mhm.
listening right now is different frequencies,
Mhm.
right? So I think music would translate, the frequency would translate better to other beings, just to understand.
Yeah,
You know?
the differences, the
Yeah.
diversity.
Exactly.
Because you could literally go through different years and genres of music
Yeah.
to showcase.
And I think it would be interesting because it's so universal.
Yeah.
It might be interesting for them to be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've never experienced this type of frequency
Yeah,
before,
that's
but
true.
you know, this is
Especially through
different.
all the different ones.
Yeah. So I think music would really represent us, just
Yeah.
interestingly enough.
Yeah.
You know, where it would be like, okay, you guys have a little something.
Yeah.
You guys have a, yeah.
That's valid. I respect that.
Thank you.
I want to take that answer, but
You can't.
But you know what's funny? As you say, like music represents different frequencies, and it just made me think, how crazy is it with music? There's so many different frequencies represented, and still that's only this much of what exists in this world.
Hey.
The vastness is
we're small. We're tiny. We're tiny. Right? We're specks. I was trying to explain to Phoenix on our way home. I was
our daughter.
No, I was trying to show her outside, and she was like looking up, and she was looking at the stars.
Yeah.
And I was trying to explain to her, like, you see that bright star, like that one right there?
Yeah.
It's actually just another sun in another galaxy far away.
It's craziness.
With its own planets and moons and all that kind of stuff around it. And I'm like, yo, and look how many different stars are, like, that's all the different galaxies
and
out
what's
there.
Cool is she really does, like, oh, okay. Like, she's not like, she doesn't necessarily get it, but maybe she does.
Maybe if you explain to her,
you know what I mean?
She just
like,
accepts it. Like,
maybe she doesn't get it from our perspective.
Yeah.
You know what? What if she thinks our perspective is small?
Could be.
And she really knows, because she's so much closer from that other world, to be able to be like, yeah, that is another sun, but you know, it's actually crazier. Like in her mind, she's like, yeah.
Let me drop some other knowledge.
I don't have the language.
I don't think y'all are ready for that.
I don't have the language for it, but if you want to speak to my higher self, you would know I'm saying that there's so much more.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah, sun. Okay,
that's what you
there's
think? Really some other things I wanted to, but it's okay. Dad, you're not ready.
Yeah, Dad, son. That's another son out there.
Let me appease these adults. That's what Disney needs to do. A show about kids. Let me appease these adults.
Baby Geniuses?
No.
No?
No, the documentary?
No, it's a show. It's a movie. Baby Geniuses are
There's no Boss Baby.
No, this is way before Boss Baby. How young
is it a cartoon?
Are you young? Are you a baby?
I am.
Like,
no.
It's like from when we were kids.
But is it like, what is it, a cartoon?
No, it's like literally like little babies.
Yeah.
Who speak their own little language. The adults don't understand them, but the babies understand them, and they're super smart because, like you were saying,
now I have to watch this. Is it actually good though?
It's not bad.
Okay, all right.
They act like, it's kind of like the idea of Boss Baby, where like babies have their own little thing. But I think there's one point where they were talking about, like, you know, understanding things from before.
Yeah,
I could be wrong, but I feel like
you want it to be like that because you're like, it can really.
So deep.
Hey, they can update it.
They should.
And this is the premise for a show.
I don't think Baby Genius 2 is as good.
Oh, okay. But yeah.
Your dog would like to come into the bedroom.
Thank you. Yeah.
Huh?
All right.
Rock, paper, scissors?
It's okay.
I'm just trying to make this fair. Yeah? You're closer. Anyways, like I was saying. Hey, Luna. Welcome to the podcast.
Why did she drop some gas?
What were you doing for so long?
She was sleeping.
Was she?
Yeah, under the couch.
Oh.
Yeah.
Only now did she realize that we weren't out there?
I don't think she just realized it. I tried to call her, but I think she was in a deep sleep. Remember, she's been on edge because we haven't been here today.
Yeah, that's true.
So she always goes to sleep. All right.
So yeah. Yeah, Baby Geniuses.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely take a watch. It's been a while. I'll watch it with Phoenix, or we can watch it with Phoenix.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, she'll enjoy it. I think so.
What's I gonna say?
You were trying to figure out a talent.
Oh yeah.
For the aliens.
The talent.
Yeah.
It's a talent. Beyond music, yeah. What am I showcasing? How I can love people differently.
How you gonna showcase that?
Yeah, that's my point. That's not a talent.
Okay, figure out a talent.
A talent?
Jokes, sarcasm, how fast you can run.
No.
What are people talented in?
People can be talented in so many things.
Holding their breath, swimming for a long time. What are the Guinness Books of Records talking about?
Those aren't always talents.
I don't know. They're getting records for it.
I feel like I would showcase maybe food.
Okay. Actually, that might work.
Food.
That might work.
Different styles of cooking.
Fair. I like it.
Yeah.
Because they can find something amazingly delectable that they
in all of these foods.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one, guys.
Save the world.
That's it. I discovered the talent.
They were like, hey, this right here.
Well.
This right. These humans have value.
Wow.
Yeah, value. You see this almond cheese?
Okay,
so unique.
But yeah, okay, I like these answers.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go into the internet is a wild world.
What's happening in the wild world?
Oh my gosh, Sheldon. Have you guys been listening to the internet?
Have you guys been following along? What's going on the internet? It's crazy.
There's a lot. Okay, so the thing is, this is based on...
What do we got today?
Okay, so I'm going to title this segment, The Internet Does Not Want Anybody to Heal. Okay. You have to be perfect.
Well, you do.
You absolutely have to be perfect. So I don't know if you're up to the times with Jadena speaking about hurting women.
I saw a little interview.
Okay, so yeah. I didn't watch the full interview. I just got to see the snippets.
Because that's all we see nowadays.
That's just really clips. All you see, right? And who has time to watch these whole things?
We have short attention spans.
Absolutely. And so he talks about his past of manipulating them and treating them bad and stealing their baby making years. I think that's the line that really stood out for people. And in the comments...
Did you give any examples of people?
I don't know if he went that deep, to be honest.
Okay.
But then he goes on to say... I mean, the comments were like, "Oh, this feels narcissistic." Him
discussing.
And how's he gonna make up for it? Yeah, he shouldn't be getting praise for this. And some people even said, "Why don't you pay them?
Pay them,
or why don't you start with an apology?" And it's kind of like, I'm gonna assume if he's talking about this on camera, he probably said in advance, "I apologize to these people." And if he's really healing, then he probably also, if he's willing to be this introspective, probably at some point, if not after, or if not before it, after would have been like, "Hey, I'm sorry. I realized I did this."
Yeah.
But I just thought, wait, hold on. What are people expecting?
I feel like if you're like, it's like you're saying he's on some healing journey or whatever.
Yeah.
But if he's moving on a healing journey or going through his process, I think before he even gets to this point where he can talk about his past, he may have been like, "Yo, let me." Like as a healing thing, just let me reach out to these people
and apologize.
If that's even if they're given space for their space for it or whatever.
Yeah.
And just apologize. And let them know.
Yeah. But it just is like. Yo.
So people aren't letting him.
It's like you'd find one or two comments.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna scroll to the very bottom of this, but you'd find one or two comments that were like. It takes a lot of work to get to this point. Yeah. You're taking accountability. That's like the first step. So there's a few comments who really were just like, yeah, I get what this is about.
Right.
Thank you for saying what a lot of men are not willing to come to terms with and say on camera. And I just thought it was weird. Like, what are people expecting? So it's like on the internet, if you do something bad, or even if it's not on the internet that you did something bad, but say you did something wrong in real life and people called it out and brought it to light and yada yada, and you say, you know what, I'm really sorry for the person I used to be when this situation happened,
Right.
but also I'm sorry this happened and I'm going to change. People are not happy with that answer
Why?
because, well, you just did it possibly, or, well, if that was you in the past, then you're probably the same person today. And it's like, well, that could be true, but then if you want to see a change, people would have to make changes in order to get there. Like, you
Yeah.
can't just, it's almost like expecting change in the world to happen without the people who are committing the issues to not change.
Yeah. But
Like,
it also sounds like they expect like you really have to go through something to see like you changing has to be some kind of grand experience, like paying somebody back.
that's the part that threw me because it took me back to our whole discussion about like, yo, people are making it way too easy for robots to replace us.
Yeah.
If our only value is money, robots can take that over no
But I'm
problem.
like, you're allowed to change in your heart. You're allowed to make a decision. You're allowed to wake up one day and be like, wow, everything I've been going through or everything I've been doing, I feel awful about. And starting today, I choose not to be that person.
Yeah.
And I'm going to, if you can, like you said, apologize to the people that you can
Apologize. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there can be a grand gesture to this whole. It's like, especially if it's not like healing is within. So I'm gonna go through this internalized journey of understanding myself now as a different person, and
For sure.
I can't just go around.
But also, like, where's the context? Like,
Yeah.
to me, what I think is also lacking. Sometimes I think the ridiculousness of the internet is based on the fact that people are purposely choosing to be obtuse. Like, they really don't want to understand. They don't want to hear. They don't want to make sense of why this thing is happening. Because, like, in a real way, this is an interview. So out of a full interview, this is a snippet that he decided to share on his page.
But you don't even know what was asked.
You don't know.
They could have asked.
You don't know how he got there.
Yeah.
So we don't know. And it just kind of been, I think I would have been more understanding to a question of like, how did we get here? In an interview.
Yeah.
Or even him posting it was probably because he's like, yo, I feel like I should share my awakening process or something I've woken up to with people so that they can see, like, maybe for him it's like maybe they'll see my change, or maybe for him it's like maybe more men need to see this so they can take accountability.
True.
And like I think that's what has always been lacking is not, and I don't want to make this just a men thing, but I think because the big talk is, men not taking accountability, I feel like in this circumstance it's probably really about men should take accountability and here's how I did it.
Yeah.
So now you have space to figure out how to reflect and then take accountability on your toxicity.
Right.
And like that's as much as I'm gonna get. That's like, and it's weird because people aren't receiving anything for that.
Well, the world, I mean, like I don't know, we always say, but
yeah,
we always do say that the loudest people on the internet are going to be the ones who are going to be talking the most, who are going to be
who need healing,
whatever,
who need
right?
healing.
Like people who understand may just pass by like, okay, that's interesting or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like they're not necessarily gonna have to say anything. It's the people who either just want to spread hate or just want to hate on them for no reason or whatever who are gonna be the ones who are like, no, this is not good enough.
Yeah.
Whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, the internet can't be a real place.
It can't be a real place.
It can't be a real place.
Because
there's no way to like encompass all people in there.
There's no way, but it's weird because the internet is so vast too.
Yeah.
So it does truly encompass all different types of people.
It can, but not everyone is involved the same way.
That's true because it's just not in your personality to make a comment potentially.
Yeah, you don't like.
And when you really think about it, only like a small percentage of people even comment.
Absolutely.
So even like me thinking about the comments are kind of like, well, Mel, realistically, those don't matter anyways because they're probably the ones who didn't understand and wanted to speak from a triggered place.
Yeah.
Those are the people who might be speaking from trauma, from a bad situation similar to what he talks about. And it's those people who are commenting. So, And that's true that probably most people who are commenting on anything are triggered slightly by the post.
Have to be.
You'd have to be.
You have to be.
Because there's no
Yeah.
reason for you to engage with things that don't trigger you.
Yeah.
Which is why the internet now makes everything viral and makes it triggering so that you can engage with the post.
Triggering better than what I said. But yeah. But no, you're right.
So yeah, I was just like, yo, this is wild.
Yeah, so don't take it too deep, yo.
No. I was triggered by those comments. Pissed me off.
You're always triggered by comments.
Yeah, because it makes me think like, yo, I really hope people aren't thinking like this. But then I also have to accept that people do really think like this because
people who think differently.
Well, people are supposed to think differently because we're not meant to be the same.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
We're homogenous. All right, what do we got next?
Just keep that diddly dee. All right.
Yeah.
So the internet's kind of crazy.
It is.
And I have nothing.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. Let's get into the customer. Where am I? Customer question. That's what I was gonna say.
Customer question.
Shell is 12:24. My bedtime was 24 minutes ago.
Yeah, well, hey.
It hasn't been for last week, but
hey.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
This is the late night.
It is a late night. Okay. That's true. And this is why I don't think we should do the cozy edition, because me getting tired is not good for a podcast.
It could be great. Just everyone, let's fall asleep to the sound of our voices.
Not me actually falling asleep. And it could happen. It could happen.
I've seen her happen. I've seen.
Sheldon, I've been on the couch.
Just nod off. Just close your eyes.
You have no room to talk about nodding off, sir. You're the king.
Am not.
You're the king. Literally. To go into crazy snoring.
That's only when you watch stuff late at night.
And literally wake yourself up by snoring.
Because it's loud.
I'm glad you finally realized this.
But not all the time.
All right. So here is the question of the day. Should we do the question of the day or should we start the social media debate?
No, do the question and then we'll start a hectic debate after.
Oh, so intense.
What are the people asking?
So question of the day.
What are the people asking?
My partner isn't willing to go to therapy even though I see some of his traumas coming out in the way he deals with things. He recently lashed out at me because I suggested it again and he told me therapy doesn't solve anything, so why would he waste his money? What should I do in this situation? Please advise.
Dump him.
Get rid of him. Right. He's toxic.
He's not
clearly a narcissist.
Yeah. Honestly, what can you do? Because I don't think you can force somebody.
You can't force somebody for to go to therapy, but if they're clearly still dealing with traumas and also not willing to go to therapy for the sake of dealing with those traumas, then they're not serious about being in your relationship with you.
Well, they could be. They just don't want to work on themselves.
Yeah, but in order for but I feel like in this case, your relationship's on the line.
It is, because it's these triggering things could continue to come up, and
you being mad about it.
Yeah, it could just push the person away.
You being mad about someone trying to get help for you. To me, that's crazy. But then people take offense to what they take offense to.
They do. But no, I think that's a tough one. You need to sit down with this person and have a serious conversation. Like, bro, I don't think we can do this if you're not willing to work on yourself.
Yeah.
Because as much as you love somebody, you can't love someone to be better. Like, love them enough for them to be better.
Yeah.
Like, they have to choose themselves at some point.
You can't play with this.
Why?
Oh no, it's not that. Something's making a sound. So what is it? It's you moving your chair. Okay, then we'll figure it out. No, you don't hear like a... No, it wasn't that one.
A small click or something?
No, it was like a... Okay. Anyways, when I hear it again, I'll tell you.
She's tired. Where was I? Yeah, you can't do it. So I personally say have a conversation with them. Let them know how you truly feel about the situation. And it's not just about them going to therapy and whatever. It's about them, wanting better for themselves. It's about them seeking help for themselves so that they can be the best partner for you.
Yeah.
And if they don't, dump them.
Yeah.
Let them go.
I think you do have to come from a place of like, this is not, it's not like I don't want to be together, but it's just more of like, I want you to feel at ease with things
Yeah.
in a different way than what you've done is pretty much coped with your traumas. And although nothing can solve them, something could at least unpack it so that you don't carry the heavy weight of it,
Yeah.
and maybe see if you could get to some of those traumas and talk through it first and
Yeah.
then just be like, maybe this is where you need
The last
therapy.
thing you don't want to do is like pass down your traumas.
Yeah. What's interesting? I wonder if you could go to a therapist to find out how to approach the subject in a way where it doesn't feel so like you need to go to therapy.
Have an intervention for them.
No, like yeah,
Surprise
and
therapy
the
session.
thing is, I don't think you're not gonna want to go to do an intervention.
Do a surprise date to a therapist.
Wow.
You're like, I'm gonna take you
Or
somewhere.
you could suggest couples therapy
That's true.
because sometimes people are willing to do it with you.
Maybe. I feel like that person might be more defensive, even with the person. They're gonna be like standoff, like because they're all gonna have this negative mindset about therapy. So it's like I don't even want to be here.
Everything that comes after, yeah.
Brah.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry to hear your situations like this because it clearly means this is a problem in a relationship that needs to be solved. Otherwise, the relationship is just going to slowly diminish because there's a real issue. So yeah, see if you can approach your partner from a place of this is making it hard to continue to build a relationship that can get stronger because there's a weak link and it's you. Yeah. But like, like
it's in it too, and then I realized you say and it's you.
Yeah, no, I feel like to be in a relationship, you both got to commit to your healing. Yeah. And that's why you're there. That's another thing. Reassure the person, like, I'm here to be a part of this process.
If it's a serious relationship.
Yeah. So any trauma you've carried, I'm going to be here to carry it with you and support you in making sure that it eases over time. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm going to be there. Yeah. So we hope this helps. You let us know if it did. And if it didn't, hey, that's your fault. They were the worst advice givers. Oh, man.
But continue writing in.
Yes,
and
please do.
For advice.
Ask us questions, y'all, because we have words.
Because, again, we have a perfect relationship. And
so perfect.
We understand everything perfectly.
Yep.
So
everything. See, even your voice is sleepy.
It is.
It is.
The whole time has been so, and I can tell like all that.
Yeah. That's you gotta wake up.
You wake up.
What's that? What? Oh, is it from the headphones? Black thing.
Yeah.
It's like, what the heck? That's not earwax.
No, it's not.
Anyway, all right. So before we go, we wanted to try this thing out, which is starting a social media debate. The same way we had, would you take dinner with Jay-Z or 500K? Right. Is the dress blue or is it pink?
It's not pink, it's gold.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So today we wanted to start a debate of our own. Would you guys, or do you want to read this one?
I'll read it.
Okay. Hopefully I wrote it proper. I didn't.
Yeah.
But fix it up.
Yeah. Is that all right? Would you guys?
No more cozy episodes.
Yeah, we're gonna do this early.
Yeah, legit.
So would you guys want to start a meme page, right, where you get paid $5K, no benefits, to get $5K monthly, no benefits, or work a very repetitive job, 9 to 5, an hour away for the same amount with benefits?
I'm going with the meme page.
Meme page?
Mm-hmm. At least I'm laughing.
But how much work it is doing me, like. Okay.
I work from home. I relax.
I don't know. That's You're talking about, oh, I'm gonna make jokes on the internet, just sit here and just make some bull.
No, like you just put memes up.
But how many? There has to be a quantity. Like you have to do it.
You gotta find some good memes.
Yeah. But
So you have to search the web, and some memes you have to create from scratch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't mind it. What would you do?
Me? Whatever's easier. Honestly, if I do the meme page, because I don't have to be anywhere to do it, I could do it from anywhere.
Oh, so you just tried to dissuade me from doing the meme page so you can do the meme page?
But I'll try it. If I know I'm getting paid $5K to do it.
Yeah, no.
But it's hard to say because
no benefits.
Do I have to like generate a certain amount of memes? Intrigue and engagement?
You're essentially managing it like your own business.
I know, but am I like I have to meet certain quotas in order to get paid?
No.
So I'm just doing it?
Yeah.
No, like do that.
Oh, sorry. When I say certain quotas, like it's a meme page, so your meme page has to have maybe like 3 or 4 posts per day.
No, I get that, but it's like there's no guarantee for anything on the internet, so it's like post something now and see if you get it.
I'll try posting 3 memes and see what happens.
Yeah.
I don't think that's as easy as a meme page is, but hey, it might be.
I don't know if I want to do the meme page. That's boring.
It's your own business.
It is.
You know what having your own business is.
You know what I would do the meme page? Sorry, I shit online again. I'm gonna get AI to do it for me.
Oh,
get AI to come up with all the memes.
So ultimately, you'll do a meme page.
Yeah, and then replace myself by.
Yeah, but AI could also do the corporate job or the 9 to 5. Yeah, add into a job it was.
No, yeah. Anyways, that's been a great episode.
But anyways, yes, guys.
Thank you guys for tuning in with us once again. 3rd episode. Yay. We on this back to back to back. We're not stopping.
Can't stop, won't stop. Bad boy.
Doesn't matter what's gonna happen. We're gonna keep going.
Yep.
Because this is actually just
it's just us.
It's just a relationship thing that we're doing.
Yeah.
No, it's not even like for anything. It's just
for us.
Opportunity for us to sit down and have conversations with each other.
Even though we promote, it's really just for us.
It's really just for us to, because it's important for you to take time with your partner and have conversations about things and talk. And we usually do this anyways, like in a car or whatever. True. And we're always like, oh, we should record it. What we're doing. So now this is all it is. We're just taking time to have conversations with each other. And it helps us build us closer.
Yeah, I think so.
Through communication, because as they say, communication is key in relationships. So what we do is communicate. Next episode, we're going to have...
A special guest?
No special guest. But we're going to have something maybe we don't agree on. We're going to bring something spicy, where we have something where we're not on the same page about. Just show you guys,
things.
There are a real relationship,
All right. Well, yeah. Well, thanks again for tuning in to Talks and Tings. This is Sheldon, and this is Meldon. That's our show. This is Shel and Mel, and we'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
I was very close.
Do it.
No.
Come on, do it.